Yeah, there's stuff in the soil that could literally protect you from getting dementia or Alzheimer's. Yes, these more animal studies have come out to show the direct correlation between the natural mineral called lithium and protecting the brain, because these animal models had less lithium in those with dementia and just kind of the brain problems. Yeah, lithium, you may have heard of this. You're probably familiar with treating bipolar depression with the prescription lithium. Did you know, though, it's a natural mineral found in the ground around you? It seeps into the groundwater. Did you know there's even towns that they've shown that they have higher levels of lithium in their groundwater? The people are happier, they have less suicide rates, less depression, their mind and their brain sharper, quicker, smarter. I don't know about the IQ levels. Like, we know that when a pregnant woman is getting plenty of iodine, so there's lots of iodine that the baby can get, and then the baby's getting iodine, that their IQ is, the baby's IQ will actually be higher. And then low iodine levels, their IQ will suffer. Isn't that interesting? Well, lithium has a very protective, neuroprotective component to brain health. It literally protects against neuronal damage, like damage to the brain cells, when it has lithium present, right? What does damage to brain cells lead to? Well, dementia and Alzheimer's. Yeah, for sure. So we are going to go over exactly what lithium can do. So when I talk to my patients about this, I'm saying there's lithium orotate available in very, very small amounts over the counter at the health food store, and we're kind of deciding if it's right for them. So I am not recommending you go out and take lithium, but I want you to know that, like, lithium is a natural mineral. You can talk to your doctor about this. It's very different than the prescription form. That form is much stronger, very different. So besides helping keeping your mind sharp, making you a little bit happier, studies have shown that rates of suicide in the towns that had high levels of lithium, less of that. Towns that didn't fare so well. I'm going to go into the exact regions where lithium is found, and let's see if those towns, are they happier? Are they better places to live? Yeah. But what else can lithium do besides protect our brains? Because we all want a sharp brain. I know I do. It's critical to my work that I have a sharp brain. I'm a big fan of lithium. So cardiovascular health. So we know that lithium can help improve cardiac function. Low dose lithium has been shown to even reduce blood sugar levels. Yeah. And it reduces the atherosclerotic lesions we can get in valves like the aortic valve and the aorta itself, this really large vessel that you have right here. Yeah. They did animal studies on this, and they fed mice a high-fat diet, but with the low-dose lithium, it literally protected their blood vessels and brought their blood sugar down. How great is that? So it also helps with the whole body. So lithium has a really positive effect on bone structure, even at low doses. So it can potentially slow bone loss. So I have a lot of patients that are worried about osteopenia and osteoporosis, and lithium, low dose lithium, is really helpful. Let's see. So there's also content of lithium in natural foods. And I've always known it to be elevated in things like legumes, like beans and green peas. But there's a whole variety of natural foods that have lithium in them. And I just had my list sitting here. I'm bringing it back up here. So yeah, so many grains, vegetables, nuts, and spices. So we're specifically talking about potatoes, tomatoes. You have to be careful with those foods that are nightshades, especially if you have an autoimmune thyroid disease, because those are all nightshades: potatoes, tomatoes, cabbage. Some mineral waters are really high in lithium. Well, safe high. The specific nuts, pistachios. Yeah. Spices like nutmeg. I love putting allspice in my coffee in the morning. That has a little nutmeg in it. Coriander seeds and even cumin can have lithium in them. Yeah. So we're talking wheat and barley, walnuts, lentils, mineral waters. Yeah. So those are all great sources of lithium. How great is that? Yeah. So let's get back to the physiologic things that we were on. Yeah. So animal studies showed low dose lithium can actually help heal fractures. Yeah. So we talked about slowing bone loss, but you can actually enhance fracture healing. How great is that? Low dose lithium could also combat age related declines in muscle strength and muscle mass. This is really important because as we get older, we do start to lose some of our muscle tone and strength. So when you're thinking about all the diseases of aging, bone loss, brain loss, muscle loss, I think lithium is so important, right? Yeah, for sure. And I love that it can reduce blood sugar. I think that is just really great. So I think lithium might be one of the, I don't know, most important minerals as far as aging goes, right? Yeah. However, if someone is taking way too much lithium, like high dose lithium, this can have side effects. So, for example, if they get a hold of a prescription and they're taking that, or they're taking way too much over the counter lithium, that has been linked with certain types of autism and even schizophrenia. And that's why I always say, talk to your doctor about lithium. They may not even be familiar with the natural mineral lithium. Yeah, it's very different than the prescription. Okay, so what parts of the United States are higher in lithium content? Well, it's where I am. It's in the Southwest. So Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and Texas. Those are the states with the highest lithium content. So if you're in one of those states, good for you. But we also have specific towns in other parts of the United States. So Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Yeah, that was the former hub of lithium mining. So you've got those deposits nestled in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So we know lithium is used in a lot of technology as well. So that's a hotbed of lithium over there. Cherry Valley, New York. Yeah, there's a spring with a high lithium content that supplies much of the village's water there. So if you know anyone in Cherry Valley, New York, are you guys happier there? Less amounts of depression? I'd like to know. Yeah, comment below. Magnolia, Arkansas, and surrounding counties. Yeah, so that area is situated atop the Smackover Formation. This is known as a limestone aquifer containing lithium-rich brine. That's really great. We have Imperial County, California. This is that area near the Salton Sea. If you've never heard of that, you got to look it up online. That is a wild area. That holds significant lithium resources in the geothermal brine deposits. Silver Peak, Nevada. It's the site of the only operating lithium brine extraction plant in the United States. Yeah. And even up in Maine, Newry, Maine, is a town identified with a high concentration of lithium-bearing crystals. Thacker Pass, Nevada, an extinct supervolcano believed to contain one of the world's largest lithium deposits. Okay, so those are the places in the United States with the highest lithium content. Lithium in the ground tends to seep into the groundwater, and people tend to be happier in those areas. So tell me, did you already know about lithium orotate? Because that is the natural over-the-counter source. Did you already know about that? How good it is for the brain? You might want to talk to your doctor about it, because I feel like it's one of the most important supplements for us as we get older, just to protect our brain, our bones, and our muscles. Well, thank you for being here at Vitalize Health Partners. For more information, you can see our website at vitalizehealthpartners.com. I'm Dr. Andrea O'Connor, and I'll see you on the next one.